Hello, you're welcome. In this video, I want to demonstrate how you can solve retirement planning problems using this very question I have on my screen. So we're going to be solving this problem, and from it, you will learn a few tricks that you can use when you have such problems in front of you. So a 28-year-old professional has decided to begin a long-term financial plan to secure post-career income. The goal is to accumulate enough savings over the next 32 years to support annual withdrawal during retirement. Now, these are the retirement plan details. Savings phase. Begin immediately and continue until the individual turns 60. Contributions are made annually, starting today and ending at age 59, totaling 32 deposits. Then the withdrawal phase. Start at age 60 and continue until age 77 with 18 annual withdrawals of $85,000 each. Then the interest rate. All funds earn compound interest at 9% per annum, both during the savings and the withdrawal periods. And the tax. Determine the annual amount the individual must save during the 32-year accumulation period to fully fund the retirement withdrawals. Now, let's get into it. We are going to have our information entered here. That's the number of withdrawals, the annual interest rate given, the years until retirement, the number of retirement withdrawals. Then we're going to use the information to get the present value of the retirement withdrawal. Okay, so that will be the amount that we're supposed to have so that we can be able to perform the withdrawal of $85,000 for the next 18 years. And then the requirement annual deposit, we're also going to get it by using the present value of the retirement withdrawals. And then from that, we can now check what we have, looking at the distribution throughout the years, okay, by creating this very table. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to have here is our annual withdrawal in retirement, okay? So let's just enter it here. What we have is $85,000. So let's enter $85,000. So I've created a named range for it so as to make it easy for us to easily work with it. Then annual interest rate is 9%. Then years until retirement is 32. And the number of retirement withdrawal is 18, as you can see here. So let's get our present value, retirement withdrawals. So we use the PV function, and our rate is 9. So we've given it a name, okay? That's the range now, and then our number of period is 18. So we use 18 because we want to have the exact value that will allow us to withdraw this $85,000, okay, for the next 18 years. And then the PMT is this $85,000. So we have a negative sign in front so as to avoid having a negative value returned. Okay, then there's no FV. And you can see here that the savings begins immediately. Okay, so it will be at the beginning of the period. So this is what we are supposed to have so that we can be able to withdraw $85,000 for the next 18 years after we've gotten to the final day of our deposit. Then annual deposit, the required annual deposit, we are going to use PMT function. Then the rate that we are using is 9%. Number of period, this time around we are using 32, since this is the number of times we are supposed to deposit. Then for our future, our present value is 0, because we don't have anything entered here. Then the future value is this, our future value for this, what's it called? The required annual deposit is this current present value. Then our type, beginning. So let's add a negative sign in front of this so that we are not going to have a negative value returned. So this is the annual deposit that we are supposed to make, so as to avoid to arrive at this and be able to make the withdrawal of $85,000 for the next 18 years, okay, after retirement. So let's see how this will be distributed. So I'm going to have the first year here should not be 1, it should be 28. We are going to be using the first age, that's the age that the professional begins the deposit, okay? And we continue until 78. Here you see that we have until age 77, but we want to add 78 so that we can be able to see if we have anything left. We are not supposed to have anything left at the end, okay? So that's why we add that 78 to be sure we don't have anything left. So 78 is supposed to give us a 0. So here I will just enter, sorry, this. To have 78. Right, so now my annual payment is this the required annual deposit. So I will enter it here and I'll use the absolute value. Now this continues until age 59. So I will drag this until age 59. Now after age 59, from age 60 we begin our withdrawals. So it will be a negative value. And what are we withdrawing? We are withdrawing this $85,000. So this one will continue until age 77. Sorry. So I will bring this one to age 77. Now let's get our interest. Before then, let's fill our total at the beginning of the year. So currently it is 0. And then our interest will be equal to the sum of this total at the beginning of the year and the annual payment multiplied by our interest rate of 9%. So we copy this down as well. And then our total after interest will be the sum of B to D. That's the total at the beginning of the year, annual payment and interest. Let's copy it down. And our total at the beginning of year 29 will be equal to the total after interest have been added at the end of year 28. Okay, so we just do equal to year E12. So we can now copy this down. So you can see at the end of year 77, we are left with $0. Okay, and you can see it here now in year 78 that there's nothing. It is now $0. Now, if we move up to the point here, age 60, okay, you can see that we now have exactly the amount that we need before we start withdrawing. So if you go here, come up here, you see that the present value of retirement withdrawals is this $811,208.67. Okay, so if you come down to 60, you see that that's what we have here. Okay, and that is when we started our withdrawal, and then we made the total number of 18 withdrawals to now get 0. Okay, and that's just it about this very problem. If you check what task we've been given, you'll see that we have successfully solved our task. And I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.